What's up, multifamily and more? Welcome to our Meeting Minutes segment. This is where Ben and I take questions that you submitted in our Facebook community, and we try to answer a couple of them in each episode to the best of our knowledge, the best of our ability. If we don't know, we'll let you know for sure. To get your question featured on this segment, when you ask it, just type in hashtag Meeting Minutes at the start. We'll pull that out, and we'll make sure we try to get your question featured here, right here on this segment. So, Ben, you ready to dive into a couple questions?
Yep, let's do it.
Let's do it.
First question. Hey, multifamily more friends. I'm looking to
Hey.
start investing in real estate. I like the diversification of multifamily properties, but I'm concerned about the initial cost of entry. I want to know from the group how different people started in multifamily. Do you start here? Do you start with single family rentals, then 1031 into multifamily? I was hoping to organize my plan and also find ideas I haven't thought of yet. Thank you. What are your
Cool.
thoughts?
Yeah, I'll take a stab. So I didn't 1031, but I did start accidentally with single family, and then I bought two duplexes, and then we bought a 16 unit. So I would say this, I think if you can get into multifamily first, I would do it. And that doesn't mean you need to go to 100 units. I mean, buy an 8 unit or a 10 unit or a 6 unit for that matter, but something in the commercial multifamily realm. And we did a talk on this, Ben and I, in South Florida at a meetup a couple of months ago in early 2021, where we talked about the idea of everyone's trying to go big, but maybe there's a case to go small. So if you can find that 6 or 8 or 10 unit, I would absolutely go for that first if you can do that. When I say if you can do that, you could certainly do what the question asked, like 1031 from a single family into a multifamily. But there's a few other strategies you can use. If you've got the cash, buy a multifamily, right? That's strategy one. If you don't have the cash, this is what I love about multifamily 5+ units is find partners that can bring whatever you don't have. So if you found the deal, you're going to manage the property and take care of the closing and all of the work to bring it to close. And you've got a friend or a relative that's got maybe some IRA money or something sitting around where they want to invest that money, partner with them, become equal partners with them on the deal to buy the 8 unit instead of going out and buying that single family. That's my take. So that's an option. If you yourself have an IRA or a QRP account or something like that, if you have a dead 401k sitting with an old company that you work for, roll that into an IRA or roll it into a QRP, and you can use those funds to buy and get into the multifamily space. The returns go back to that 401k, or I'm sorry, that ERP, QRP, excuse me, or that IRA. But that's another strategy you can use to buy. The question is asking what we did. You and I both started in single family. I went to duplexes. You went more single family, and then we bought one together. But we didn't sell anything at that time. We didn't 1031. We pooled our resources. We pooled our money, and we found investors.
And we found partners. That's a big thing. So I think the question comes down to it's not so much about the money needed. It's about how many partners do you want to start with. Because ultimately, the more units, the more work, the more capital that's going to be needed. So starting with a 6 or 8 unit, let's say 8 unit, it's $60,000 a piece. It's like four eighty. Down payment on that is less than 100,000. It's almost like the price of a single family home in a decent market. So you're not that far off.
Great point. Yeah, partnership can be very key, is very key to getting into the multifamily space. So you got to be comfortable with that and use groups like this to learn how to write the right operating agreement, how to write the right partnership agreement, all of that stuff. But yeah, if you can go straight to multifamily, I would. Don't think so big upfront. 6, 7 units, 5 units is fine. Anything above 4, get into that if you can. And if you need to partner. Get somebody else to bring the cash in, take a loan, a hard money or family money, kind of private loan. Any of those options will do. So that's what I would throw out there. So if you're getting value out of these videos and other content we have here on this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If not, for those that don't know, Ben's favorite animal is the monkey. He will poop in his hand and throw it around if you don't subscribe. That's just what he does. Doesn't even break stride. No facial expression, just disappointment in his eyes right now. But
Yeah.
hey, don't test it. Subscribe. This way we don't see Ben have to devolve into a primate at this point here on this video. Fair enough, Ben?
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, no problem. All right, Ben, second question for this segment. A broker wants us to sign an exclusive with them, but I'm hesitant because I don't want to be hamstrung by needing them. Thoughts?
Yeah, it feels like an odd question because if you're buying and the broker wants you to sign an exclusive with them, I would just ask him if it's reciprocal, right? If I only work with you, you only work with me and not other buyers, and then see what he says. Because I just find it just doesn't make sense to me. So,
There's probably a reason. I'm sure there's some benefit. I don't know what, I mean, they have to offer something to you, I'm sure, for you to sign
uh,
exclusive as a buyer, but I don't know anybody that has done that. I'm sure there are. And in fact, for those of you that have, or maybe those of you that are brokers out there watching this, drop it in the comments. Why? Why would anybody want to sign an exclusive agreement with a buyer, a buyer's broker, as a buyer with a broker? Maybe there's a great reason for it, but I just don't see the value in it. To the point of the question, it even asks, like, I don't want to be hamstrung by being, exclusive with somebody. Yeah, you find an off-market deal or run across somebody at church that wants to sell you their 12 unit, like, does the contract force you to run it through that broker? I wouldn't want to do that. So I think Ben and I, let's rule on this. Ben, you put your thumb up sideways. I think you know where it's going to go. In 3, 2, 1. We don't like it. We don't like it. So yeah, but again, if there's great reason for it, drop it in the comments or just educate us on, maybe it's not the best reason, or maybe you don't do it, but what the reason is. I just don't know what it is. I don't know why a broker would want that. If we're talking about an exclusive contract from a buyer's perspective. Seller, yeah, you got to sign with them, but as a buyer, I don't get it. So Ben, what else? What am I missing?
I think that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, to avoid Ben's antics, once again, hit the subscribe button, like and comment on this video. Let us know what you think, and we'll continue to put these out there. If you have a question you're going to put in our Facebook group, first off, find it, Multifamily and More. Search it, join the group, we'll get you approved. And if you have a question that you want featured on here, just start the question with hashtag meeting minutes, and we'll make sure we drag that out and get your question up here. So until then, see you.